Back to the 2A state volleyball tournament here on CHSAA.tv. Kevin Schaefer with you. And again, we will tell you at the start of the match if we mispronunciate a name and you're watching at home and you know we're butchering it, go ahead and shoot us an email at kevin@coloradopreps.com. We've already had several helps today. We are underway, Paonia and Sangre De Cristo. Both teams are 22-4. Teams are 22-4 out of the gate. This is the first action of the state tournament for the Paonia Eagles. Sangre dropped a tough five-setter to the Swink Lions a little bit ago, dropping game 5 15-6. So they must win today in this match to keep their state tournament championship hopes alive. Sangre is left on your screen. Paonia, they have the stripes on their black uniforms. They are on the right side, and they score the point there, their first of the tournament. Again, we'll pick up numbers. I think we'll pick up numbers here as we go along. Serving for Paonia, Sierra Karsten. She's a senior hitter, and she is the daughter of head coach Krista Karsten. She sends a rocket across. This is Byrigger for Sangre De Cristo, the libero. Byrigger tries the dive there, can't get it, and that's a unique style to celebrate a point for Paonia. That was Taylor Karsten, the freshman, with the kill. Sarah Karsten with the serve. Again, where's the number 1? Diving save by Stagner of Sangre De Cristo. We'll be more familiar with their names out of the gate. We've called them once. That is Morgan Hartigan getting it across for Paonia. Sent across that time by Easton Hartigan. Karsten drops it in. Oh, kept alive nicely. Great one hand that time by Dickman. Another good save, but they can't keep this one alive. Dickman looks down at her palm, man. She's stretched out there nicely, got the palm on the floor and her hand in between her and the ball. Point still goes to Paonia. They lead at 3-2. Sierra Karsten, the senior, back to serve. Been a while since we've seen the Eagles here at the state tournament. There the ball goes awry, so another point for the Eagles. How about 1983, last time they came here to play? They beat Rocky Ford that year. That's their only tournament win. Check that. That was their only tournament win in 83. They have been here before, since then, in 1990, but this is their first trip in 22 years. A two-hand pushing across there. That is Catherine New winding up there. Punched back across by Morgan Hartigan. Blocked at the net. Out of bounds. That was Easton Hartigan, but point goes to Sangre. Catherine New, she'll step back. 5'7" senior, wears number 12 for Sangre. She'll do the honors. Good serve there, saved in nicely. That was Abby Campbell, 15, who got down, and that is in. So I believe we have Sierra Karsten, Morgan Hartigan, Carson Pfeiffer, Easton Hartigan, and Abby Campbell, 5 of the 6 on the floor. And also Taylor Karsten for Paonia. That one goes into the net. Point for Sangre, tied up here 4-all. Check that, 5-4 Sangre. New again with the serve. Popped up by Karsten. Hit down hard by Easton Hartigan. Saved up nicely by New. That's Stagner. She'll get the point. And Sangre lost that tough 5-setter to Swink, so they need this win to stay in the tournament. Byrigger tracks that one down. Far side, fisted up by Karsten. Sent across by Hartigan. There are 2 Karstens and 2 Hartigan on the floor for Paonia. We'll do our best to try to signify both. Carson Pfeiffer with the save there. Hitting violation for Sangre somewhere in that sequence, so the point goes to the Eagles. They still trail 6-5. Campbell tracks it down. That is Carson Pfeiffer. Good save by Byrigger. Far side, Stagner. Dug out by Hardigan. That's Morgan Hardigan. Hit down there that time by Carson Pfeiffer. New keeps it alive. And that is Neese that sends it across. Good rally here. Making good defensive plays. That one goes into the net off the right arm of Carson Pfeiffer. Paonia, the Western Slope winner, 11-0 in their league. 2 games they won that division over Vail Mountain and Rangeley. Region 3 champ. They only finished 3rd in their district. They were actually protected out of district as an undefeated league champ, so they automatically qualified for regionals out west. And then after finishing 3rd in districts, they disposed of Dolores and Vail Christian. Check that, they beat Dolores by 3 and Vail Mountain in 5 to get here to the state tournament. So it's been a rocky road, if you will, for the Eagles. Might be a snowy road coming home, but rocky road getting here. But they're here for the first time since 1990, trailing by 2 in their first match experience here in 2012. That was Gilmore sending it across, number 7 for Sangre. Stagner keeps it alive. Dickman over to Neese. Punched up in the air by Taylor Karsten, and long on the hit that time from Carson Pfeiffer. Head coach is Krista Karsten. She's also the athletic director there at Paonia. Talk to her often. Misty Lambert, of course, the head coach of Sangre De Cristo. Her T-Birds, again, we'll watch with interest the level of energy they have. Man, they lost a tough one physically and mentally to a very good swing team. They had them on the ropes and couldn't finish them in Game 5. Sangre still with the 2-point lead. Eagles with that point, however. Back to serve. That was Carson Pfeiffer. Check that. That was Taylor Karsten on the serve. There's Pfeiffer. Dickman sends it across. Sierra Karsten gets the point there as they call the miss hit. I believe that went against Kendra Neese for Sangre De Cristo. Now it's a 1-point match. Paonia has a win over 4A Delta. They also beat 3A Grand Valley. Beat Vail Mountain in conference play and took out Meeker twice. There's a point by Dickman. The setter just punches it across for the point. They also lost to 1A Norwood, who I believe is going to get on the court here pretty quick over the 1A bracket. Otis just took out Kit Carson in 3. Defending state champs rolling early here in this tournament. It's their only match of the day. There's a hammer, but Sierra Karsten sends it long. Three-point lead for the T-Birds. Stagner to serve, Abby Stagner. And can't be handled that time by Morgan Hardigan, a sophomore. Sierra Karsten leads the Eagles with 292 kills. We don't have stats for the T-Birds. We picked them up off Max Preps, but based on what we saw in the first match, Stagner's kind of their first option along the front line. Whoa! Big hit there by Sierra Karsten. Byrigger tried to shoulder that up, but it kind of overpowered her. And again, a unique celebration on points with the double clap and the leg kick. We haven't quite seen that from a team, but we're getting it here with Paonia. Catherine New swings and finds a spot. There's a kill for the senior. T-Birds up 13-9. Sangre again has a win over Sanford. They split with the Indians during the regular year, beat Sargent, beat Del Norte 4 times. Also Sierra Grande and La Vida quality wins there. And predominantly playing in that San Luis Valley area where they're located in the Mosca and Hooper area. 50-50 ball. That was won by Abby Campbell of Paonia. We're familiar with some of these players for Paonia because their team made the 2A girls state basketball tournament last year. Got a chance to watch them there. They're a hard-nosed bunch that play the game very hard, and we're seeing it here in volleyball as well. Catherine New off the block also gets a kill there as it finds the red court. And back to serve is Heather Dickman. Called her Dykeman before we got an email correcting it, so we appreciate that. It's Heather Dickman. She'll set it up here, and that is off the right arm of Kendra Neese. Picked up nicely by Paonia, tipped across by Sierra Karsten. Campbell pops it up. That is Karsten. And far side, that one sails a bit long. That was Easton Hardigan. Easton and Morgan Hardigan, I'm going to take a stab here, thinking they're twins, or both sophomores. Both 5'7". Byrigger plays it back line. Dickman. Neese sails it long, was not tipped. Paonia gets the point, cuts the lead down to 3. Make it 4. 15-11. And math was not a strong point. Dickman again with the set. Here's the young freshman McKinley on the floor. It's sent back. That was Easton Hardigan with the block. Sierra Karsten as we get back to the lead server here for the Eagles. Punched away by Neese. Byrigger tracks it down. Neese will send it across. Here's Campbell. That is Sierra Karsten. And Carson Pfeiffer hits the big kill. It's a 2-point game. Not quite sure on that celebration yet. On the kill, here's Sierra Karsten again. 5'7" senior. Popped up by Stagner. Oops, going to call that a double hit right there. Oh, rotation violation, my mistake. The floor official here on the near side explaining that to Misty Lambert, head coach of Sangre De Cristo. She's not sure here of what's happening. And questioning the rotation, but again, it's explained to her. Again, I don't know how they keep up with all that, both officiating, coaching, and playing, to be honest. But Paonia down by a point with the serve. Sierra Karsten popped up in the air by Neese. Dickman with it back to Neese. Through the block, nice diving save. Paonia keeps it alive, courtesy of Karsten. She'll play it again there. That is Morgan Hardigan. Sent back across by Pfeiffer, trying to track down Stagner. Good play by Rigger. Tries to get it across. New can't control. It would have been 4 hits anyway. We're tied up at 15 here. Game 1, best of 5. And if Paonia wins this match, they'll play Swink for a spot in the semifinals tomorrow at 12:30. If Sangre De Cristo wins this, we've got several possibilities. Another punch down by the Eagles. They lead it by 1. Sierra Karsten continues to serve. She's put together some points here. Lolly pops that one a little bit short, and it didn't climb the net. Catherine New back to serve, so both teams have worked through their rotations. Popped up in the air by Easton Hardigan. Sierra Karsten with the set. Morgan Hardigan on the hit. Dickman sends it over to Abby Stagner. Back deep. Campbell pops it up. Pfeiffer and Karsten can't get it across. I think actually we had a violation before that anyway. New again to serve. T-Birds back in front by 1.
Next up on court 4, class 4A, the Thompson Valley Eagles, Mountain View Mountain.
Tied up at 17. They always say first 1 to 20 usually wins. Not sure who's going to get to 21st. Dickman sets it up. Neese. Pfeiffer. So 2 hits there by Pfeiffer on the set, or on the hit. Karsten set it up for her. 18-17, serve back to the T-Birds. Here's Byrigger. Tipped across, finds some open space. That's Carson Pfeiffer for the Eagles, and we're tied up at 18.
Question to action.
Popped up there by Sierra Karsten, number 1. Campbell will try to push it across. She does. Karsten again back up in the air. That's Hardigan. Check that, Taylor Karsten. Dickman sends it across to Stagner. Good rally here, Sierra Karsten, Taylor Karsten, Campbell, popped up in the air by Neese, that's Dickman, and sent across by Rigger. There's a shot down, big hit by Carson Pfeiffer. They are intense with their celebrations now. 19-18, Paonia with the lead and the serve. This will be Easton Hardigan. I don't think they've subbed any. They play these 6. Long serve, good decision by New to let that one go. She went up in the air to try to punch it up and then pulled the hands down and let it sail long. So we're tied at 19. This is Kendra Neese. Off the shoulders. Yeah, that's going to be a lift call there. It rolled up the arm of Easton Hardigan. T-Birds the first one to 20. Let's see if it holds. Neese again on the serve. This is Kendra Neese. Sends it long. Popped up there by Karsten. Campbell down. Nice dig that time by Neese. They'll go to Stagner. Standing hit. Sierra Karsten brings it near side. Pfeiffer. New pops it up. Rigger with it. Stagner tries to find a hole. Punched up nicely by Karsten. And Taylor Karsten will get it across. Good long rally here. Sierra Karsten. Taylor Karsten punches it over. New is ready. Dickman on the set. Stagner block. Good reaction that time by Gilmore to keep it alive. Good rally here. Dickman, she tried to push it across and it went into the net. Tough point to lose for either team. We're tied at 20.
You're not doing the next one? Who's doing it?
There's a point for Paonia. They go up 21-20.
The Eagles of Stratton and the Panthers of Flagler.
Good rivalry game going on in 1A, just getting started. Stratton and Flagler not separated far enough there on the Eastern Plains. They're good rivals along I-70. New punches it across, saved in there by Pfeiffer. They go to Sierra Karsten. Normally the setter tries to be the hitter there, and it goes into the net. 21 all. Not much separation between these two teams. Sangre De Cristo's already played a 5-setter, and here they are in a tight one. Coach Misty Lambert not using her freshmen as much here. Might give them some rest, McKinley and Cooley. McKinley's been in there briefly. I don't believe Cooley has played. There's a good hit by Sierra Karsten. And she spends a lot of time setting. There she finishes the play, and the Eagles lead at 22-21. Carson Pfeiffer back with the serve. New off the arms that time of Taylor Karsten, and a point for Sangre. We're tied at 22. Good match. This will be Jessica Gilmore for Sangre. Sierra Karsten, little tip. Found some open space there in the defense of Sangre De Cristo. Paonia with the 1-point lead and the serve. Here's your key point and a timeout for Misty Lambert of Sangre De Cristo. State volleyball coverage presented in part by Viero Wireless. They offer the best coverage. 4G is now here and it's fast. Find out more at viero.com. Also, K-12 educators can meet licensing requirements and earn advanced degrees through Adams State University distance learning. Hundreds of professional development courses offered on-site and at a distance. For more information, visit exstudies.adams.edu. That's exstudies.adams.edu. Paonia will have the serve as we come out of the timeout here. They lead at 23-22. And again, this is a key point. If you can get a 2-point lead with a 24-22 advantage, that's big at this stage of the match. You'll then be playing game points for a couple points at least. Abby Campbell will do the honors, 5'9" senior. Not a lot of big on this Paonia team. They stretch out to 5'9" is all. She's one of them. She'll send the serve over to Neese. Gives it to Dickman. They'll go to New. Popped up in the air. Paonia has a chance to get a big point here. Sierra tips it. Sierra Karsten, that is. Now she sends a little more velocity, and she'll get the point. 24-22, game point for the Eagles. Sangre De Cristo dropped the first match to Swink earlier, or first game, but battled back to force 5. Dickman tips it across, tipped up by Sierra Karsten. That's Taylor Karsten, and Campbell can't control it. So point to Sangre, but still, game point. Heather Dickman to serve. Campbell, Sarah Karsten will send it to Hardigan, who mistimes it, and we're tied at 24. That's Easton Hardigan. We have Morgan Hardigan, number 7. Easton Hardigan, number 14. Again, I believe they're twins. They're both sophomores. Don't hold me to that. Sarah Karsten punches it across. Good save there by Heather Dickman. Sarah Karsten tries to finish, can't. Now she tips it across. Sangre with a chance here. Dickman sets up new. Dug out nicely by Campbell, I believe, is the one that got the hand on that. And there's an open spot. And finished off by Morgan Hardigan, the sophomore. 25-24, another game point, the third of the game for Paonia. Sarah Karsten with it here. Again, game point for the Eagles. Myrigger tries to control and can't. And Paonia will take a hard-fought victory, 26-24 here in game 1. Excellent start to this match. Tight all the way. 26-24 Paonia with the victory in game 1. We'll take a break. Back with game 2 in a moment here on CHSAA TV. We'll come back here a tad early on this match here between Paonia and Sangre De Cristo. Paonia took game 1, as you can see there, 26-24. 1A, we have Stratton and Flagler just getting started. Flagler leads game 1 10-5. Over on 5A, Chaparral leads Legend 2-1 in game 4. Legend on top 8-5. Over on the 4A courts, just getting started as well between Thompson Valley and Mountain View. Game 1 led by Thompson Valley 12-10. And Bayfield leads Colorado Springs Christian in Class 3A 12-7. In the third game, they're also on top in the match 2-0. The reason I want to mention Bayfield, we went over there and looked at their lineup, and got a girl wearing the jersey number 1 that makes you look tall anyway, but how about 6'5" and a sophomore, Kirsty Hillier. Bayfield, the 3 seed in the bracket. They've got a 6'5" sophomore on their roster and a 6'2" junior and a 6'1" senior, so they will be a load to contend with. Typically, you don't know a lot about Bayfield because of location, but recently they have put together a very good volleyball program. And even though they lost their big hitter from last year, the Rafalto girl, they are back in a big way with a 6'5" sophomore. And they're going to have to contend with Valley, however. They're the best team in 3A coming in, but you never know what happens. We're underway there. Paonia gets the first point off the service. And Sierra Karsten to do the honors. Number 1, she is the senior. Campbell also in there, number 15, she's the senior as well. This is Heather Dickman. She sends it over to Catherine New. Morgan Hardigan is number 7. We have a hitting violation on Sangre De Cristo. Might have been New there. I'm not sure which one they called that on. And we're getting whistles late up here. It's tough for us to follow. 2-zip. Karsten gets that net serve that crawls over. Good save there by Abby Stagner. Far side and a misread on it, but they get it across. New. Campbell pops it up. Has to come across, and it does. That's Carson Pfeiffer. McKinley, the freshman. Campbell collects. Pushes across. Karsten tried to catch Sangre up close. Sierra has it again. Far side. That was Taylor Karsten. Good rally again, New. Karsten pops it up. Gets some help from Morgan Hardigan. Across, Carson Pfeiffer. Byrigger pops. McKinley. Sierra Karsten. Hardigan. Nice diving save there. That was Nice on the floor. Campbell responds for Paonia. Great rally here early in game 2. Byrigger keeps it alive. New swings, blocked. Saved up by McKinley. Byrigger pushes it back. Sierra Karsten feeds her sister Taylor Karsten. Tipped and out, so a point for Paonia. 3-zip. Again, Paonia took game 1 26-24. Sierra Karsten pops it up. It's Carson Pfeiffer, number 11. Here is McKinley. And a miss hit the ball, but it worked out well. Campbell tracks it down. That one's off the net and down, so a break there for the Eagles and Carson Pfeiffer. 3-zip Paonia. Sierra again sets it across. Actually didn't get across into the net, so the first point of this game 2 for Sangre De Cristo. In Sangre playing to stay alive here. If they drop this match, they'll be eliminated from pool play. And the winner between Swink and Paonia will move on to the semifinals. Sangre wins this. Paonia beats Swink to create a 3-way tie, and then they'll have tiebreakers, and that's what they wanted to avoid with this new format. So I'm actually not sure what the setup is. That serve sails long. So a second consecutive service error there for Paonia. Gives the serve back to Sangre, but they trail by 3. Catherine New, the senior, to do the honors. Still haven't seen Carly Cooley, the freshman, who got considerable action in that first match against Swink. Far side, they'll feed Carson Pfeiffer. Set up by Karsten. Here's Pfeiffer again. Popped up back row by Byrigger. Stagner gets it through the block and down. Easton Hardigan was there. Taylor Karsten was there, sophomore freshman. But neither one could put it back on the other side of the net. New again to serve. Popped up in the air. This is Campbell bringing it back. Byrigger pops. Far side, Nice. Fisted save by Sierra Karsten. Far side, Carson Pfeiffer. Stagner blocked, but again it falls on the right side of the net for Stagner. And Sangre gets the point. They cut the lead to 1. Again, pools 1 and 4, very clear here in Class 2A. In Pool 1, defending state champion Lutheran will play Resurrection Christian tomorrow morning at 9:30. Winner of that is into the semifinals. That's Pfeiffer with the kill. But the winner of that match will move into the Final Four. And in Pool 4, same scenario, but leading off the day, Akron and Rye at 8 o'clock in the morning. Winner of that moves on. And if Akron and Lutheran win, they match in the semifinals. And man, that will be a dandy and a rematch of the state finals from a year ago. Don't count out Resurrection Christian, though. They pushed Lutheran to 5 games earlier this year. And, of course, Rye, second place in the Santa Fe, which is a good volleyball league. Campbell That one went wide. So the point to Sangre, tied at 6 here. By Rigger to serve. Dickman will pop it up there for Sangre. Gilmore gets through the block of Campbell, but Paonia controls. Nice up by New. They'll go to Stagner, kind of a 50-50 ball. She got in the net. That was a tough pass. Had to get to the ball and stay away from the net, and that's almost an impossible angle to do so. 7-6 Eagles. Again, they took game one, 26-24. New. Sierra Karsten pops up. Little quick set that time by Taylor Karsten. Sangre ready for it. Sierra pops it up. And not sure what happened there. Apparently somebody in the net. Campbell might have been in the net on the block. In Paonia only playing 6 players. Ironman volleyball here. See if they get winded. And underneath the net that time, I believe, was Sierra Karsten. So the point over to Sangre, it's 8-7. Stagner blocked. She keeps it alive on the return. Give it to her and she'll push it across. Campbell pops it up. That's Sierra trying to finish. Good block at the net by Stagner and Gilmore. Sangre keeps it alive. Stagner across. Again, it's sent back. Good blocking by Paonia. Tight one in the first game, won 26-24 by the Eagles. Another tight one here in game 2. Stagner across. Karsten sets up Campbell. Byrigger collects. To Dickman, here's Stagner. Campbell blocked nicely. And down by Gilmore for the point for the T-Birds. 9-8 Sangre. Serving will be Stagner. She looks a tad winded. Again, this T-Bird bunch played five very hard games not that long ago. So I'm going to watch their fatigue here in this match, especially if we go past 3 games. Sierra keeps it alive. Karsten, that is, for Paonia. Carson Pfeiffer brings it across. Reset. And that's Gilmore who pushes it just a little bit too far. 9-9. I don't know if we've been separated by more than 1 point this entire match. It seems like they're just trading points. I should say game. Obviously, we're separated by at least 2 in the first one because that's the final. Bayfield just finished off Colorado Springs Christian, so they get a pool win. Legend trying to force a 5th game with Chaparral, the 2-time defending state champs in 5A. Titans lead that one 20-13 in game 4. Far side, that's Hardigan. Job by Byrigger, 50-50 ball. Sangre wins that. Paonia controls. Campbell back across. That's Dickman far side. She'll feed Gilmore in the middle. Popped up there by Karsten over to Sierra Karsten. Again, another good rally. We've seen a bunch of these, and these take your legs out. Oh, great save by Byrigger. Couldn't keep it in play, but great effort there. 10-9 Paonia. See if somebody can take a 2-point lead here in game 2. That one sails long. And again, we're tied. That is Gilmore with the serve. Sangre's played a little more Ironman volleyball as well. Haven't subbed as much as we saw in their first match with Swink, although Carly Cooley is on the floor for the first time wearing number 11 for Sangre. She is just a freshman. She gives Stagner a break, who, to be honest with you, looked a little tired there. Sarah Karsten with the serve. Dickman over to New. New could be well rested. She sat out game 3 in that first match. And good job of getting that down by Morgan Hardigan. 11-10 Paonia. Karsten again with the serve. She's their best service player. 77 aces coming into the tournament. McKinley tries to finish. Popped up in the air by Karsten. That's the other Karsten, Taylor. Sierra drops it across, and Sangre wasn't quite ready. Nice hit the deck, the senior, but she couldn't get there in time. Comes up shaking her left wrist a little bit. Hopefully she's okay. Stay in there. Sarah Karsten middle serve here, deep middle. Collected by Cooley. New sends it across deep. Thought she had a hole. I did too, but Paonia reacted nicely. Easton Hardigan back across. That's McKinley, the freshman. Morgan Hardigan sends it over to Taylor Karsten. And there's a point down, knocked down by Easton Hardigan. Now we have a little breathing room for one of these teams. It happens to be Paonia. They lead 14-10. Sarah Karsten continues to serve. Sends it deep. We're going to say that rolled up the arm of Kendra Neese. It's another point for the Eagles and a timeout for the T-Birds from Sangre De Cristo. K-12 educators can meet licensing requirements and earn advanced degrees through Adams State University distance learning. Hundreds of professional development courses offered on-site and at a distance. For more information, visit exstudies.adams.edu. Also, Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance helps bring us these broadcasts. We'll be there the day you buy your first car, the day your first child is born, and the day you file your first claim. We'll be there to make sure your insurance coverage keeps up with all the changes in your life. That's Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. Get real coverage. Sangre De Cristo huddling in the middle of their side of the court there, as you can see. And you have to wonder how much that first match took out of them, both physically and emotionally. It was draining in both areas, because they took Swink, the number 2 seed in this bracket, all the way to 5. Game 5 didn't go too well as they lost 15-6, but again, they did a great job. Here they're trying to rally from a game down and 5 points down in game 2. Sarah Karsten back with a serve. McKinley across. Sarah Karsten gives it over to Easton Hardigan. She may have caught a teammate across the chops with that backswing, but everybody appears to be okay. And there's some open space. And a punch there by Morgan Hardigan, the other Hardigan sophomore. And that'll be a point for Paonia. Again, this one was trading points until 10-all, and suddenly Paonia's put together 6 in a row. Sarah Karsten sends that one into the net. Her right arm's probably tired. He hasn't been serving that many times in a row. 16-11 as the T-Birds break the string. Hi, Carrie. Sarah Karsten far side. That's Dickman to pop it up. McKinley down. Nice play by the young freshman. Again, it's not always pace. More often than not, it's location. And there she used location right to the middle of the defense to find the floor. T-Birds back to within 4. Dickman again with the serve. Punched up by Hardigan. Sierra Karsten. Tough play at the net there. Tough pass off the serve. T-Birds again cut the lead in half now. So it was trade points to 10. Paonia strings together 6. Sangre now 3 in a row. See if they can match the 6 put together by the Eagles on their last serve. Easton Hardigan pops it up. Near side, that's sent down nicely, but dug out by Dickman. Near side, New sent back. Retrieved by the T-Birds. McKinley pops it. Check that. That was Neese. She has it there. Far side by Rigger. Plays it across. Sarah Karsten pops it up. Morgan Hardigan to Easton Hardigan. And that'll be a point. Ooh, be careful, Taylor. tried to stop her fall, or stop her run there. She found the net, and the net kind of didn't give her any traction, and she almost tumbled backwards. She gets a chuckle out of it. Apparently she's okay. Morgan Hardigan with it on the serve. Eagles on top by 4. Again, they took game 1. Near side. That's Neese off the tip. It falls in, yes. So a point there for the T-Birds. And now we'll get Abby Stagner back off the Sangre De Cristo bench. She will replace the freshman Carly Cooley. Great name. Carly Cooley. 2 syllables on both sides, and they flow nicely. Sierra Karsten with it far side. It's Carson Pfeiffer. And they're going to call Paonia in the net apparently, so Sangre De Cristo. So we've got 2 Karsten last names and a Carson first name on Paonia. Can't have that this late in the day. That's long on the serve by New. Back to a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Easton Hardigan to serve for Paonia. And they finished only 3rd in their district tournament. That one go out. I'm not sure if the line judge here saw it because the player may have blocked her. She's not sure. Stagner went to play and then tried to back off because it was going to go out of bounds. I don't know if it hit her before it hit the turf, though. Going to do a redo. Got a replay on that thing we can see? So that's a do-over. Byrigger pops it up for Sangre De Cristo. Down there by Stagner, no question about that one. Cross courts it to the red floor. T-Birds back to within 2. Really need to get this game for them to keep the emotion into it. Again, already dropped a match. They would fall down 0-2. It would really be tough for them to recover. Sierra Karsten feeds far side to Campbell, tips it across, and that is Neese. Good tip there. Again, a good job by Kendra to look, take a peek there and find the open floor and just locate the ball there. No pace on it, just great location. 18-17, T-Birds try to tie it with the serve. Sierra Karsten pops it up. Campbell comes running in for the kill. Couldn't find it. She just heard on the PA, Eaton making their first tournament appearance here today. They're the defending state champs. They will take on Roaring Fork, who dropped a match earlier today. And I forgot who to be honest with you. I think Platte Valley. So they're playing another Patriot League team. College in Colorado brings you part of today's broadcast. That's where higher education is the key to a student's future. From improved salaries to unique experiences and greater life choices, collegeincolorado.org helps your student create a lifelong plan and explore their dreams for the future. That's collegeincolorado.org. I'm outlasting Ben Blecka. He can't finish 1A. I wasn't even supposed to do 2A. We lost an announcer and a stat person earlier today. One of them took a little tumble down the steps, but so we're all kind of scrambling for a spot here. But it's been fun. Good 2A volleyball we've watched here this afternoon and this morning. Again, we're tied at 18. Crucial point here. Neese pops it up. That's Abby Stagner. Sierra keeps it in play. Far side. Carson Pfeiffer with the kill. She's a 5'6" junior. Again, not a lot of size on this Paonia bunch. They play hard, and again, I don't believe they've had a sub here all day. Taylor Karsten sends it deep. That's Gilmore. Good save there by Karsten. Another diving save on that end. That is Pfeiffer. Campbell is blocked. And off Sangre, so point Paonia, and they get to 21st. So again, we were trading points to 10. Paonia stretched it to 16-10. Sangre caught them at 18. Paonia with 2 straight here and the serve. That is Taylor Karsten. She'll set. Campbell, nice block at the net. Violation on Paonia, so point to the T-Birds, 20-19. Going to a game 5 in 5A. Chaparral, the two-time defending state champs, being pushed by Legend, their conference rival. Tough miss there on the serve. That was Kendra Neese. Gives the point and the serve back to Paonia at a tough stretch of the game. Stagner blocked nicely by Karsten. Stagner pops it over the top, but Campbell's there to recover. That's Hardigan. Morgan. Campbell. Sierra Karsten found the corner. 22-19 Paonia. That's a key kill for Sierra Karsten. And she's the daughter of head coach Krista Karsten. Timeout, Misty Lambert in the T-Birds. Sangre needing to rally here, down one game, trailing 22-19. Viero brings you some of our coverage today for teams from the San Luis Valley. They offer the best coverage. 4G is now here and it's fast. Find out more at viero.com. They also are selling iPhones these days. Also, San Luis Valley Federal Bank brings you some of the coverage from the Sangre De Cristo T-Birds today. We appreciate their help. They also help us with video streaming during the regular season. Thompson Valley leading Mountain View 1-0. But Mountain View leads game 2 18-6. Wow. Don't see that big of a spread in 4A typically. Stratton and Flagler playing on the 1A court. Flagler took game 1. Game 2 9-8 in favor of Stratton, so early there. That's a good rivalry. Flagler has great volleyball tradition, hasn't been here in a while, but they great volleyball history. Back to this one. Key point here, Paonia up by 3. Took game 1 26-24. Easton make that Morgan Hardigan. Stagner. Abby tries to find the floor, can't do it. Far side, they'll set Sierra Karsten. It's popped up in the air by New off the block. That's Stagner again. That one sails long. Good communication by the Eagles on the back line. Carson Pfeiffer wasn't in position to play, but you could see her yell out to her teammate who shied away from it, and they score the point. The lead is 4. Dickman tried to push it across. Can't do it. 24-19. Game point for Paonia. Serving will be Carson Pfeiffer, number 11 here. And that sails wide. Good job of reading the line. She was right on top of it, Kendra Neese. And knew if it's to my right, it's out of bounds, and it was, and it is. Sangre fights off the first game point. Here's another one. Stagner with the serve. Middle of the floor, Karsten, too much for Byrigger to control. Game 2 goes to Paonia. Good finish for the Eagles. 25-20. They took game 1. 26-24. They take game 2. 25-20. We will take a break here. When we return, we'll bring you game 3 between Paonia and Sangre De Cristo on CHSAA.tv. just about set to go here in game 3, and Sangre in a position where they really need to take the next 3. If they don't, their state tournament experience will be over for this year. Again, that's the downside of these 3-team pools. You lose your first one, you're really in trouble and almost have to win that second one to have any chance. Sometimes in the 4-team pools, you can actually go 1 and 2 in advance. I've seen it happen. But here, if they lose this, it'll be down to Swink and Paonia tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 to determine the champion out of this pool. Sangre gets the point there to start game 3. This is Heather Dickman to serve. Sends that one wide. If you bring pizza, don't you have to bring it for everybody? Yeah. Sierra Karsten with the serve there for Paonia. And off the block, Nice will score the point for Sangre De Cristo. Getting late in the day, we're getting a little giddy here. Kerry Sherman running graphics for us. Eric Tallis on the camera. Not sure what you're doing. He's supposed to be working. Oh, nice save off the net there by Sierra Karsten. New keeps it alive for Sangre. Far side, they'll feed Stagner, and it's down. Campbell couldn't quite get there. Kind of off speed off the block there. The tip slowed it down dramatically, and she couldn't redirect it. T-Birds off to a 3-1 lead. That one's a little bit wide. Off the right arm of Easton Hardigan. Again, we've got Sierra and Taylor Karsten, Carson Pfeiffer, Morgan and Easton Hardigan in the lineup. Ooh, nice block at the net that time by McKinley and Nice of Sangre. Campbell from the back sails it long. So Sangre off to the start they needed here. Down 0-2. Fighting to stay alive in the tournament. They lead it by 4. Catherine New will continue to serve. Sarah Karsten just drops it over the blockers and in. She's turning in to be a pretty versatile player for the Eagles. She started the game kind of in the setter's role, moved over to an outside hitter, and now it looks like she's back into setting the volleyball. And again, these Eagles have to be versatile because it's a, Iron Man. They have not subbed yet in this match. You do not see that very often. Hardigan's serve is a little bit long as well, so T-Birds get it back. Here is Taylor Byrigger. Guessing she's related to Morgan Byrigger, who had a great career for Sangre De Cristo as well, both volleyball and basketball. Yeah, I'm not sure how that got awarded to Paonia, but the point goes to the Eagles, 6-3. Little discussion, now we're ready to go. This is Easton Hardigan, and that punch goes out of bounds. Point for Paonia. Stagner was the one on the floor hustling for Sangre. We'll have one more match after this one. It will be Fowler and Yuma. Another point for the Eagles off the serve, so they're back to within 1. Carly Cooley, the freshman, will come in for the T-Birds, replacing Abby Stagner. Again, it's a young bunch in certain parts. Cooley's a freshman, Stagner just a sophomore. McKinley plays a lot of minutes. She's just a freshman as well. We've also got experience with New and Byrigger, among others, in the senior class. Campbell, good save there, far side by New. Sarah Karsten will set. That is Taylor Karsten. And a point. Makes me chuckle every time, that celebration. You get the hand clapping together in rhythm, but very few times do you get the leg kick like you see there. We're tied at 6. On the serve, Easton Hardigan. This is Cooley. Played well in that first match against Swink, that 5-set loss. Ooh, nice hit there. Big hit by Carson Pfeiffer off the noggin of Dickman. Again, you got to stand in the line of fire some days. And you credit these girls for doing that because you If it hits off her head and stays in play, I bet she would take it all day. Nice little float serve that time from Easton Hardigan, but saved nicely by the T-Birds. Middle of the floor, Campbell sent right back by Gilmore. Good single block that time by the senior. She could be playing her final match in a T-Bird uniform. Again, if they fall here, they are done. This is Kendra Neese. She's another senior. Sends it deep. That one is in anyway. It hit off Hardigan. She tried to dodge it thinking it was long. It would have been in either way. Neese will serve again. Dickman's another sophomore. That's a youngster. I said Byrigger was a senior. She's actually just a sophomore as well. My mistake. So you've got 3 sophomores and a freshman playing lengthy time for this T-Bird group. Stagner's a sophomore, Dickman a sophomore, Byrigger a sophomore, Cooley's a freshman, McKinley's a freshman. Punched up by Sierra Karsten. Stayed alive there. Let's see if they can get it across. New can't quite get there. Chaparral took that 5th game with Legend, so the 2-time defending state champs get a win, 15-12 over Legend in game 5. Legend's a program that's come a long way in a short bit of time. It's a relatively new school, and here they are in the state tournament in the big school ranks. Good hit there. That's Carson Pfeiffer. We're tied at 9. Stratton leads Flagler 22-17 on the 1A court, trying to tie that up at 1 apiece. (10-9) here, Eagles, as you can see on the board. That is Carson Pfeiffer with the serve. Cooley gets it across. Taylor Karsten serves her sister Sierra Karsten. She'll try it again. That one sails long. Good read again by Byrigger. Just like we did in the previous game, we kind of traded points to 10. And then Paonia stretched it out a little bit before getting a 25-10 win. It was actually 16-10 and then tied up at 18. So we went back and forth. Let's see if it happens again. Cooley a dive and a save. That's Gilmore to float it across. Taylor Karsten to Sierra. There she is outside hitting again and scoring the point. So she'll set for a while, and she'll go hit for a while, and she'll serve for a while. She's a very good all-around player. That serve goes into the net. We're tied at 11. What was that?
Give them water, wiped up the floor.
Yeah. I don't know if they sell popcorn, but she probably does it. So here's Taylor Karsten. Campbell with the running hit. Misfires. And again, we continue to trade points and serves. This will be Jessica Gilmore. Popped up in the air by Morgan Hardigan. Sierra Karsten. Have to play it across. That's Gilmore off the net but through. Sierra Karsten there is the set, and we have a redo. I think there was an inadvertent whistle there. I thought I heard one. Ball came across, okay. We had one earlier in the day where the ball came onto the court. Swink was playing. They had the ball in their possession. One of the girls just grabbed it and threw it back, and they let them keep playing. I can't remember if they won the point. There's Morgan Hardigan. Ooh, good dig out of the net, but couldn't control. That was Dickman. So point for Paonia. And again, we're tied at 12. Should be keeping track of ties here. So we've had a boatload of them. Cooley. That's New. Blocked. New collects again. 50 ball. Won there by Sierra Karsten. Again, she's all over the place. Number 1, 5'7" senior. This will be her last weekend of high school volleyball, and of course she wants to extend it as long as possible. Floating serve that time by Campbell. Again, Neese hit the deck, got in underneath it, but again it went sailing into the net. First 2-point lead we've had in a while. Campbell fires it off Cooley, the freshman. Kind of see Sangre kind of down a little bit. They might be losing a little bit of their mojo. Again, they're staring at 2 games down, and they've got to find a lot of energy to come back in this one. Cooley again. This time she collects it. New swings, and it's blocked down by Karsten, Sarah Karsten, and Easton Hardigan. We've got 2 Karstens and 2 Hardigans, so we've got to see which one is which. Timeout for Sangre De Cristo. They trail at 16-12, so again, we had a tie match for a long time. Now Paonia here, kind of midway through, starting to stretch it out. People count on Farm Bureau Insurance for quality products, fast, fair claim service, and insurance coverage that makes sense. That means you get the protection you need along with some of the best discounts available. People from every walk of life depend on Farm Bureau Insurance. You can too. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance, get real coverage. Sangre out of the huddle quickly here. And you can just kind of tell by some of their body language, there's a little bit of frustration sinking in. They gave a lot of energy in that 5-setter against Swink. And again, came up short. That game 5 wasn't kind to them, and then they had 1 game off and had to turn around and get back on the court. And again, after the timeout, the other team makes a mistake. They're on the service area. We see that so often. 16-13. This is Heather Dickman with the serve, young sophomore. Karsten. Ooh, nice dig, but it'll sail wide by Byrigger. Easton Hardigan will get credit for the kill there. Eight points away for Paonia, setting up an important match with Swink tomorrow afternoons for a spot in the semifinals. The way they have this set up, you almost have quarterfinals and semifinals and a championship match if the things play out the way they have it in pool play. There's a hard swing by Taylor Karsten. It is sent back. Paonia controls. Here's Byrigger. Dickman will set up Nice, and that one finds open space as Paonia cannot corral. As they set it up, your top 2 seeds in the pool are set to meet on Saturday, so if it works out on Friday, again, you have a game to decide the pool. That winner moves into the semifinals, and you just kind of have a regular tournament bracket at that point. I kind of like the way it's set up this year. Sierra Karsten with it. That's Taylor Karsten with the kill. 18-14 Eagles. Again, their bench hasn't seen any action. It's 6-girl volleyball thus far. And I'm guessing it's been that way most of the year, so they're probably in good shape to play as many as they need to. Another point for the Eagles, and again, the T-Birds look a little tired. As McKinley hitting the deck, she couldn't quite get there. Just a freshman. This is her first taste state volleyball action. She's hoping it's the first of 4, of course. New corrals. Stickman who sends it back deep. Sierra Karsten will set. And Byrigger digs out that hit. And now we have, oh boy. Oh boy. Got an ankle. Is that Easton Hardigan over there? No. Easton's up. That's 14. I cannot get a number. Oh, it's Sangre?
Yeah.
Oh, is that McKinley maybe?
I think it's 13.
No, I think it's Jenna McKinley.
Okay.
19. Yeah, that's Jenna McKinley. Jenna McKinley. Let's hope she's okay. Man, boy, you hate to see that at any time, obviously, but here at the state tournament. She went up for the block and obviously came down wrong and twisted that ankle. And going to put some weight on it. And now we'll have the CHSAA representative here. We'll see if we need a trainer or some ice or something. She's in pain. She's already wearing ankle braces, you can see. So she might have had some issues in the past, and boy, you just hate to see that. So we get a timeout, and then we'll get into the lineup. Is that an 8? Almost looks like a 9. And knowing our luck, we don't have a 9. So we don't have much time left here. If you're listening, folks down in the San Luis Valley, if you know who number 9 is, shoot me an email at kevin@coloradopreps.com. It's worked 2 or 3 times today. So we don't have her on our roster. Ones that haven't played, Jessica Mally Alexander, Alex Carr, Ariana Martinez, and Eric Sinclair. We haven't seen those today. Martinez is on the bench. So is Sinclair. So is Alexander. Well, process of elimination here. That might be Alex Carr. If we work by elimination, she's listed as 8 in the roster. It looks like 9 from up here. Stagner gets down to bring that up. 50-50 ball. Popped up there by Karsten. That is Easton Hardigan. Far side Stagner got it through the block. Sierra Karsten there to pop it up. Tipped over. That's Dickman in to set. Neese. Sierra Karsten will pop it up. And that one sails way long off the right fist of Carson Pfeiffer. 20-15, Paonia with the lead still despite that miss. Taylor Byrigger will serve. Now number 9 goes off in favor of Jessica Gilmore. Checking rotations here and substitutions, so apparently we're okay. Byrigger will serve for Sangre De Cristo. And a point awarded there as it was mishandled. Paonia's job here now to finish this off. They want to get away again when they only play 6. Fatigue's an issue, obviously, so they're going to want to get out of here in 3 if they can, even though it's a hard-fought 3. Pfeiffer turned the serve. Oh, that crawled the net, stays alive. Good job of tracking it down by Hardigan. New collects it. Byrigger saves it. Good effort by both teams. And we play on. That one sails wide. Pfeiffer misfires for the second straight time. She's got a pretty strong right arm. 20-17. Byrigger again to serve. Still working on McKinley here on the near side. They've got a bag of ice on that left ankle. She's done for the day, we're sure. Neese sends it long. Kendra, 5'8" senior. Eagles can smell this one. They're within 4 points of claiming victory. They lead it 2-0. Floater doesn't crawl. Easton Hardigan misfires on that service error. Here's Neese back to do the honors for Sangre De Cristo. Looking to stay alive here. Trying to force a game 4. Can't worry about game 5 till you take out game 3. Here's Sierra Karsten. She'll set. That's Taylor Karsten off the block and in. Stagner was there. Just couldn't redirect it to the other side. 3 points away are the Eagles. Dickman sends it across. Collected by Morgan Hardigan. Far side Sierra Karsten. Nice dig by Byrigger. That's Gilmore. Can't get it over. 23-18. Paonia up 5. Another timeout for the T-Birds. Gives us a chance to tell you about College in Colorado. It's where higher education is the key to a student's future. From improved salaries to unique experiences and greater life choices, College in Colorado can help your student create a lifelong plan and explore your dreams for the future. That's collegeincolorado.org. Eagles again, if they get this win, they will play tomorrow at 2:30. Win or lose, they'll play tomorrow at 12:30. But if they hold on to win this match, that match with Swink tomorrow afternoon will determine who moves on to the semifinals. Pool 2, cross brackets with Pool 3. So they would face the likes of Simla, Fowler, or Yuma. Fowler and Yuma will play our final match of the day after this one. We have a lift for Sangre De Cristo there, so match point. First of what could be a couple here for Paonia. Taylor Karsten. Dickman sets, tough set there. Kept alive by Campbell. She'll try to finish it. It goes off the block and in, and that is your match. Paonia gets the victory in game 3, 25-20. So the T-Bird season comes to a close at 22-5. They fall to Swink in 5 games, and they fall to Paonia here in 3. So again, their season is done. Paonia moves up to 23-4. They will take on the Swink Lions tomorrow, scheduled start at 12:30. And that basically turns into a quarterfinal match, as we said. And the winner moves on to the semifinals, the second semifinal at around 3:30. Again, your final score, 26-24, 25-20, 25-20. Paonia eliminates Sangre De Cristo. One more match here in 2A today. It's Fowler and Yuma. That's coming your way next here on CHSAA TV.